All right, we're going to talk about my gay friend. And we have a video to kick us off. Let's watch the short video. And then we have a letter. We're going to dive into this letter and talk about this issue. My gay friend. Here we go.
5 reasons women love having a gay friend. Number 1, there's no competition. Maybe I don't want your man and your man don't want me unless he does. 2, no ulterior motive when giving advice. Girl, your makeup is edging on low budget drag that's gonna have them sashay away. 3, getting advice from a male perspective. Now you know if he wanted you, he would step up and show you. 4, there's someone not trying to get in their pants. Girl, I'm not trying to get in your pants. I'm trying to help you change them. What do you have on? 5, spotting the DL men. Baby girl, I just saw him on Jack the other day, and he was trying to do more than just Jack.
All right, we have a letter entitled My Gay Friend. So let's see what she says. I'm a lady in my mid-50s who has worked in the musical industry and nightclub entertainment business since college. Because of this, I have always tolerated, even welcoming toward gay men since they highly populate this profession. You're absolutely right. You would have to get along with them. They are fun to be around with their merry attitudes toward life and readily kind words of support toward their colleagues. Over the course of many years, I have enjoyed this friendship of an extremely extroverted singer, actor through work and social events. Okay, so it's this one friend that you kind of got close to. I'll call him Lex. I get despondent at times because of career ups and downs, but Lex always knows just what to say to me to lift my spirits and has been generous with complimentary words and manners. Lex has a large personality and has a longtime partner who is just the opposite. Over the years, I've noticed that Lex indulges in affairs, mostly with men. Oh, so he's a cheater. He's not loyal to just one partner. And you say it's on a regular basis, but maybe he and his partner have an open relationship. Maybe and maybe not. Okay. All right, let's go on. He proclaims himself as 70% gay and 30% hetero. That's funny. I've also noticed that also extremely affluent. He is quite tight with money. Okay, so you're saying that he makes a lot of money, but he's tight with it. Okay. For example, he never reciprocates in any way for the many meal dinners he's had at my house. Okay, so wait a minute. So you're saying that you invited him over for dinner a number of times, or did he invite himself over? Or did he just conveniently be at your house at dinner time? And you say, well, you can't sit and eat your dinner and he's not having any. So you just say, would you like to have some? Because he's there. Okay, it's a number of ways that people weasel themselves into having dinner. But if you invited him over and now you're saying that he didn't do anything for you, well, let me tell you something about giving. When you give, and you give with a happy, free heart, not looking for somebody to give it back to you in some way, shape, or form, the universe will give it back to you many times over in ways that you wouldn't even suspect. You understand? So when you give somebody something or do something nice for somebody, don't sit around waiting for them people to do something nice for you, because it may not come back to you from them. It may come back to you in another form from someone else or something else, but you will surely get it back if you give it with a free heart. Now, if you just give somebody something and, you know, you counting how many times you gave it to them and you're looking for them, to give it back to you that many times, it's not going to come back to you in a good way because of the way that you are giving it. When you give freely and you let it go. Okay? You give it, you let it go. And you be glad that you were able to give it. And the universe will give it back to you freely, easily. Okay? So you have to watch that. All right, so you're looking at this gay friend that maybe he's taking advantage of you because he's not doing anything for you. Well, I guess he tried in his way. Recently, he insisted on taking my husband and I for lunch. Okay. At a small local establishment that only accepts cash, but forgot his wallet. So now, wait a minute. You're saying that he's got money. I guess that's what you meant up here. Notice that he was extremely affluent. People can look affluent and not be affluent. So I don't know exactly where you're coming from with that. But he took you and your husband out for dinner or lunch, and he forgot his wallet. How convenient. And it was a cash-only place. Luckily, you all had the money, and you could pay for it. All right, which probably rubbed you the wrong way. I swallowed my indignation to keep the peace, but since then started noticing little things about Rex that have begun to get on my nerves. For instance, after years of scarfing down my expensive dinners, we dined at a mutual friend's house, and he gushed out to our hostess that her food was the best he'd ever had in his life. You never said that about your food? Well, maybe to him, it was. You can't fault him for his taste. But I guess your food was pretty good because he kept coming. And just remember, I don't know, you didn't say that much about Lex here. But, the gay men can be pretty flamboyant. And you talk like he might be one of those. And, they like to put on a big show. So what he said at your friend's house may have been just part of the show, telling her how wonderful her food was. You understand, just making a big scene. So I stopped inviting him over after that. Even recently when he called to tell me that all he had to eat for dinner was a rotten avocado. Oh, so he had been inviting himself to your house for dinner. Well, see, that's different. And so now that he tries to invite himself over in a sneaky kind of way, you just want to ignore it and not have him over. Well, it does sound like he is mooching off of you, especially if you say that he's got money and he can afford his own. So it's up to you to cut him off. Okay? In a way, I miss the way it used to be between us. You miss the fun that you had with him. So, you have to balance it out. Either you take him the way he is and have fun with him, or you get rid of him and forget about it. You can't have both. Okay? Because he's not going to change. All right? He is who he is. So you say, I feel disrespected and feel much better not seeing Lex so much. Just every now and then. All right. Do you feel that the disrespect is coming? And you did say something in here about him putting his arms around. You said, but the icing on the cake was when he put his arms around your husband and pulled it next to him close. And he did this a time when his partner wasn't present. Well, he just touchy-feely. I don't think it really meant anything. He just a touchy-feely guy. He just grabbed your husband like that. And I don't know, is he the female in the relationship or the male in the relationship? Females are touchy-feely. So if he's the female, he just probably touchy-feely everybody. You understand? So I wouldn't read that much into it that he grabbed your husband. He did it in front of you. And if you're tired of him coming over and eating, enjoying meals at your house, don't invite him anymore. But you can't have both. If you still want him to be your friend and have his company, well, then take him the way he is. I don't think he's coming over there trying to make a pass at your husband. And I really don't think that he calls himself trying to take advantage of you. I think it just is what it is. He likes being with you. He could probably considers you like his best friend already, very close friends. And close friends want to be together. So he just comes over and eats with his good friend and is not thinking about it. So as a good friend, talk to him like a good friend. Just say, you know what? I think you ought to take me out sometime. Take me out to so-and-so and you pay. Be playing with him. Just joke with him. Be a friend. And I think that he will appreciate that a whole lot better, and you will too, because you will have gotten it off your chest in a fun kind of way where he can understand. You both can joke about it and laugh it off, and you'll still have your friend, and maybe things will get better. All right. I hope you understand the message today, and I really hope that it helps someone. Now, those of you who may have a question that you'd like for me to answer, my email address is in the description. And if you're looking for today's affirmation, the link is also in the description. I want to thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you for your comments and your letters. And a very special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best and happiness. And I really hope to see you next time.